Good morning folks, and welcome back to the channel. So today is a very special day for me. I've received an invitation last week from Tesla to attend a launch event in London, and during that launch event you're going to be able to test drive the Model Y Juniper. How cool is that? I will be one of the first people to test drive that car. So what we'll do, we'll get down to where the launch event is once I fight my way through this traffic, and I'll bring you back when we get down there. Speak to you soon. So I've just arrived in London. I'm parked up for free, which is unreal to park up in London for free. And somewhere down here on the right hand side is where the Tesla event has been held. So I'll bring you back once I found it. So here we are at the Tesla live event, and I am the third person in the UK. I've just been officially told the third person to test drive this Tesla Model Y Juniper. And as you can see, there is a selection of vehicles available for test drives that people have got booked in. And this little beauty here, the black one with the 20-inch wheels, is the one I'm going to be taking out. So let's get the camera up and let's get going. Right, so I'm in the Juniper at long last. I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. So, first thing that, I'm not even moving yet, but the first thing that grabs me is the comfort of these seats and how they hug you as well. So that's really good. Really pleased with how these seats feel. And it just feels fresh. I mean, this is the black interior in this one, and it feels just so fresh. And the brand new car smell, I just love that smell. It's just, I don't know what it is about a new car smell, but it's just lovely. And everything just looks different inside this car. Obviously, you've got the display as normal. Graphics seem a little bit sharper. I'm just going to get the navigation system up and just use that map so I don't get bloody lost. And we'll see where it takes us. So, indicator, stalk is where it normally is, and then you've got your forward and reverse on here. You can set it to auto, but I'm just going to use it manual because I haven't got that much time to change any of the settings. But here we go, folks. We're going on our test drive. All right, we're off. So the screen cameras look really sharp as well. I noticed on the reverse camera how sharp that actually looks. And God, this is a tight turn to get out of. Really tight. God, do not crash this car, for God's sakes. Right, we're on the road. So the steering feels very sort of, I don't know, it just feels different. I can't describe it. It feels slightly heavier, but better. I can't describe that. And the other thing I'm getting as well is, you know, everyone says how quiet this car is, and I'm only doing 20 miles an hour, but you can really sense the quietness of this car in comparison to my Model Y Performance. And I'm not doing any great speed yet, so I'm going to try and find a road where I can do a little bit of speed in this at the same time. But first impressions, oh my God, I just love it. Absolutely love it. I just need, the problem you've got in London is there's not many places you can open this car up. So I'm going to try and find, as I said, try and find somewhere where I can. So obviously, looking at the screen, I haven't got the premium upgrade. It just comes with the standard upgrade. I'm going to stick the aircon on as well. It's getting really toasty in here. Stick that down. Oh, right, I'm going to do a little splurge. So this is the all-wheel drive model. So it's going to have the fastest acceleration, with the exception, obviously, of the launch edition. Yeah, speaking to the Tesla service guy, he did say you can order the acceleration boost when you purchase your new Model Y Juniper. So you know, that could be an option for some people if they can't wait for the performance model. But the car, it's really hard because my mind's just racing overtime at the minute as to everything that I can feel different, and it's like clouding me a bit. So first of all, let's do this in a logical approach. So the drive feels really smooth. Now I'm going to go over a little speed bump here in a second. Harsh. Do you know what? I hardly felt that, and that was quite a steep speed bump. I went over that same speed bump in my performance and it rocked the car. It barely felt it. That's how good the suspension is on this car. That was really impressive. Typical, isn't it? You get to do a test drive, yet you're stuck in traffic. It's just like, oh, it's painful. So while we're waiting in traffic, we're going to have a quick look at the centre console. So I'm stuck in the seat bar. The centre console seems deeper than what the old one is, and a lot bigger. If I lift up the armrest, have a look inside, that feels similar. But I do like the cup holders and how it's got sort of the pewterish trim around it, and it looks and feels more premium than the one I've currently got. And the centre console I've got currently wrapped at the moment on my performance, because everything blends in really well. There's no need to do that. I mean, obviously, if that's your bag and you want to do it, you can, but I'm not getting the urge to change anything on the interior as I currently drive this car. The other thing to notice as well, where you charge your phone, again, it's got like that pewterish surround on it, which again just gives it that bit more premium feel to the car. But I can't get over how quiet this car is. Going over another speed bump now, and I tell you what, that was a massive one, and yet it did it in style. There is no doubt about it. The suspension on this car is so much improved. Now the car does corner well, and it does hold roundabouts good. It does. You don't feel the suspension swaying at all. It feels really rigid when you're going around tight bends. There is a huge amount of improvement on this car compared to the legacy model. Huge improvement. I'm just going to sit back a tiny little bit because I just want to give it a little acceleration test if I can. Wow, that does feel quick. Do you know what? That was quick. It feels quicker than what they advertised it at. So, steering wheel has been improved. So, you know, there has been models in the past that have bubbled after, you know, a few thousand miles. So there is no danger of that happening. So that's a learning Tesla have taken and improved on. I do like the style of the steering wheel. Again, it gives it a bit more of a premium feel, and you've got more control buttons on your steering wheel compared to the old one. And the centerpiece looks a lot better as well. Again, gives it that premium feel. So what I noticed when I put the gear in the back of the car as well, the car has basically got rid of all the plastic in the back and on the boot, and it's got some sound acoustic reducing material on there. And you can feel the difference. As I said to you earlier, it's just so bloody quiet. It's fantastic. I knew it would be. I knew it bloody would be. It's getting to the point now where I just want to get my hands on that performance. However, all things considered, do you know what? After test driving it and doing a couple of little accelerations, and if you've got the acceleration boost put on it, it's not a bad option, you know. Right, I'm going to do a See what the turning circle's like. Right, that's big news for me. Not a lot of people do that test. See how many people do that test. I've just turned around on a tight road and I could feel straight away that the turning circle is a huge improvement compared to the legacy model. For those of you who've parked in multi-storey car parks, we all know they're very tight to turn in, and if you haven't got a good turning circle, you sort of panic a little bit. And I tend to pick and choose which car parking I go to because of that problem I've currently got. But you won't have that problem driving this car, because straight away I picked up on how good that turning circle was in comparison to mine. Wow. I wonder if this has got the acceleration boost on it, because that was bloody quick. If you ever get the opportunity to test drive one of these, get yourself out in it. As I said, I feel so privileged. I'm in the top 3 people to test drive this car. How mad is that? How mad is that? It is a little bit strange. Obviously, I'm used to having the drive on the right-hand side on the stalk, but I believe you can adjust this to do it automatically. And what the car does, I don't know how it does it, but it senses what direction you're going to be going in, and it'll automatically put you into that directional mode. Or you can just use the manual mode that's available here. And to be fair, it's not an inconvenience. It's just changing your mindset to doing something different to what you used to doing. And it's just literally a slide of a button up and down. And that's it. So you're going, instead of doing it on this stalk, you're going up and down with your finger, forwards and backwards. So not that big a drama, to be fair. But I'm in a very busy area of London currently, and the noise of the traffic is non-existent. I can just see cars going past. I can hear the odd engine noise now and again, but in the main, it's like I'm in a library. It's just fantastic. So, other changes that they've got in the car is, obviously I've spoke about the acoustics and how that's changed, and the windows are obviously made slightly different, along with the roof, which gives you better protection against the rays of the sun. And you can feel that, because it's, what, 19, 20 degrees now, and I'm not really feeling the sun coming down on my head to what you would normally do. Right, so I've just put my glasses on because I'm going to put the air conditioning seats on and just see how good they are. And I'm going to blast it. Oh my God. I've got that on number 5, and I can feel the air strongly blowing up my rear end. And on the back on my back as well, I can feel it blasting on my back. And that's on 5. What's it going to be like if I turn that up a little bit more? I'll try that when I just get through these traffic lights. But that is unbelievable on how that makes such a difference when you're driving this car. I can feel it all over my back. I can feel it on my backside. You can imagine that on a really hot summer's day. You know, anywhere in some countries suffer from heat, like, you know, parts of, you know, Australia and America do suffer, and loads of other countries, to be fair. I promise you, you need to get one of these bad boys, because the air that comes out these seats is going to blow your mind. And I've only got it on 5. Right, so I've got that on full blast now. And I kid you not, the feeling I've got on my back and my back end is just sublime. The other thing I've noticed is on the indicator, you just literally got to touch it and it activates the indicator. So literally I've just flicked it and it's on, rather than having to push it up compared to the other one. It's daft little things you pick up as you're driving along the road. But so far, I am so impressed. Now, I've had the sound system on. Now, guys, obviously I can't play the sound system because I'm going to get copyrighted off YouTube. But I promise you, it sounds so much better. Even though the Tesla sound systems are great, it just sounds so much better. So the improvement again is, it's not just a little bit, it's a massive improvement. So overall, guys, I am so impressed with this car, and I knew I would be. And do you know what? I wouldn't be totally adverse to buying the all-wheel drive with the acceleration boost, because this car gives me everything what I need anyway. It's still fast, it drives beautifully,
500 feet,
and it's obviously got so much more improvement built into this car compared to my old one as well. So I would possibly consider doing it. I'm going to wait just that little bit longer, hoping that the performance is released soon. But going round the roundabout, I'm going to put some speed on it. Guys, that was a really tight roundabout to go down, and I put a bit of speed into that, and it just stuck to the road like a go-kart. I kid you not. This handles better than my performance, and that's no joke. But the quietness of it is just, I can't get my head around how quiet this car is. So all in all, guys, I'm about to take this back now, and I never got to go down the motorway because I'm in London, yeah? However, rest assured, if you are considering buying one of these vehicles, you are going to buy a good premium quality car that's going to give you everything you need that car to do. Speed, agility, comfort. I mean, I would buy it alone for these seats, because these seats are so comfortable, and especially with the coolant coming up your back and your back end at the same time, it just makes a huge difference as well. Now, what I'm going to do at another point, I will be taking another one out at my local dealership, and I'll get a bit longer so I can do a full and proper in-depth review. But I've only had literally 15 minutes to take this car out for a spin, guys, yeah? But at least you've got a flavour for it, and I can say I was in the top 3 to test drive this car. I've just realised that the car I had was the launch edition and not the all-wheel drive version. That explains the acceleration on the car. So now I know what it feels like to have the acceleration boost on, and I promise you guys, that felt quick. We've also got a silver launch edition here as well. And I can't quite see what that one is. It's got the boot open. Again, it's another launch edition. So they've got 3 launch editions on the road, test driving them. So there's another person just come back from their test drive. That was the 4th person in the UK who's just took out H25 UBS for a test drive. 4th person in the UK to test drive the Model Y Juniper. So, all done now. And from the lovely Bel Air in London, which was built in 1785 according to that, on a beautiful sunny day here in the UK. Well, I'm on my way back, time for reflection, and all I can say is my bloody head is spangled now, and I mean spangled, because now I've got another permutation in my head of, do I get the long range all-wheel drive with the acceleration boost? And I'm going to, apart from the launch sort of paraphernalia that's around the car, it's the same car. And believe you me, that acceleration I did a couple of times around the streets of London was rapid, and there was no lag. So things that impressed me from that car to the car that I'm currently driving was the indicator stalks react very quickly. You just touch them. You don't have to push them. You just touch them and they're instantaneous. So that was one thing. I did get my head around really, really quick about driving the car without drive, neutral, reverse on the stalk. So that was easy to adapt to. No big dramas there. The acoustics were so much better in the car compared to this as well, so they've obviously done a lot of work. But one of the biggest factors for me was how good that turning circle was compared to this. And for those of you who drive around parking lots or multi-storey car parks, it can be a bit hairy at times because the turning circle on the Legacy Model Y isn't great. But on this one, it's absolutely fantastic. So my big takeaway from that was the turning circle, which I wasn't expecting. But overall, you know, driving in a brand new car with a totally different interior and seats that blow air up your backside and around your back, and really powerful as well. You know, all these little things add up and just make that driving experience so much better. So for those of you who are about to take collection of your launch models and your all-wheel drive models, you're going to get yourself a fantastic car, guys, I promise you. And roll on the day for collection day for you, and I wish you all the best. So I will be taking out the Juniper in the next week or two to do a more in-depth review and do some motorway driving. So please press that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Press the like button because it just helps the channel grow. And thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, catch you all later.